Hello, welcome to another very serious listing and ranking of board games video. It's real, it's serious, it's real serious. It's so serious that it's causing me to travel all the way from Los Angeles to Indianapolis. That's right, we're talking about my 10 most anticipated games of Gen Con 2023. Now, you might not know what Gen Con is, and if that's true, thank you for clicking on this video anyway. You must really love lists, context be damned. Briefly, Gen Con is the largest and longest running gaming convention in America. It's where many games are announced and released to the North American market. So it's full of new stuff that I haven't been able to see or play yet. And so I wait in anticipation. And this is a list of the games I am most in anticipation of. First, I do need to say that there are some Gen Con releases I am really excited about that won't be on this list, and that's because I will be doing some live streamed digital demos of those games with Matthew Jude over on Twitch, and then those demos will be uploaded here to YouTube as well. So you'll be seeing me playing and talking about those games in the days right before Gen Con. So putting them on this list felt redundant, honestly. Plus, those digital demos are sponsored, and speaking of sponsors, Mini World's Tavern is a sponsor of this video, but what should I say about them in the ad? Should I tell everyone how they have these really cool accessories like game mats and coasters and pins and mugs? Should I talk about how they make coffee for game night, including a monthly special edition coffee that comes with dice? I should definitely mention their teas and instant coffee. Their teas are delicious, and I always travel with their instant coffee. Oh, I also gotta talk about how they donate $1 of every sale to gaming-related nonprofits, because that is very cool. And everyone should use the code Paula10 for a discount on their order. Yeah, that all sounds good. Thank you, Mini World's Tavern, for being a sponsor. Good ending. Welcome back. Let's do some quick-fire honorable mentions. First up, Scram. I played this with the Watch It Played team, and I adore it. So it's not technically anticipated for me because I've already played it, but you should be anticipating it if you like team card games with cute animals, special powers, and some take that. Couture, a re-implementation of Golden Animals, which I've never played, but it has an auction bidding mechanic, which I love in games, and I really dig that this version has a fashion theme. Glitch Squad, a team real-time word-guessing game where you keep being foiled by a cat named Glitch. The game has a cat named Glitch. I don't think this needs any further explanation. Sail. This one does break my rule about not mentioning games that will be part of the digital demo live streams, because this one will be, but that's why it's just an honorable mention. I'm just really excited to try this game. It's cooperative, two-player trick-taking with a piratey theme. Yep. Game number 10 on this list is Defender's Dictionary from Adam's Apple Games. They published Planet Unknown, which was my favorite game of 2022. So I'm automatically excited about anything else they're coming out with. Defender's Dictionary specifically makes this list because it's a word game, and I really enjoy word games. I still do the Wordle every day. As far as I can tell from the Board Game Geek page, Defender's Dictionary has you placing words on a grid-based board like you're playing Scrabble, but you're using those words to create a path to help you solve a puzzle. It's a cooperative campaign game with lots of smaller puzzles connecting through some bigger through-line puzzle, and I think that sounds really interesting, and I really hope I get a look at it at Gen Con. My 9th most anticipated Gen Con game is Queen by Midnight, which is from Darrington Press, the board game publishing offshoot of Critical Role. The game is described as a battle royale deck-building card game of guile, deception, and brawn. I really like deck building, yep. I really like deck building a lot, and I like games where you need to be a bit tricksy. The game components look beautiful. The player boards give me dice throne vibes, and there's this incredible looking clock dice tower that holds the cards that are on offer, rotates around to face whoever's turn it is. The clock hands move to track the round. It just looks really cool, and I want it to be really good, and I hope it is. Number 8 on this list is Last Light from Gray Fox Games, and designed by Roy Canaday from the Dice Tower. So I actually saw a prototype of this being played on the Dice Tower cruise in 2020. right before the world changed. And I was like, that looks interesting. And so I've been low-key following its development. I know other people who've gotten to try the game already, and I've heard literally nothing but positive things. It has these cool planet pieces, and the game is described as a 4X game that can be played in an hour. And that just sounds very interesting to me. So a 4X game is defined as a game where you explore, expand, exploit, and exterminate. And something like that doesn't take all day to play, I really hope I get to try this one. Number 7 is Nocturne, which is a new game coming from Flat Out Games, and they're another publisher who I think just has a really strong track record, which means I'm automatically interested in whatever new thing they're putting out. Beth Sobel is doing the art, so you know it's going to look beautiful, and the theme of the game is that you're a fox mystic casting spells to collect the best assortment of magic items. BGG says it's a highly interactive and unique spatial bidding game. The word puzzly is also used, my favorite made-up board game lingo. There are 11 different keywords listed in the mechanisms category on the BGG page, so there could be a lot going on here, and I'm curious if it's going to feel like it all actually works together. My 6th most anticipated game is Trailblazers, which is a Bitewing Games game. I've been recently enjoying some other games that are Bitewing games, so I do have high expectations for this one. 1 to 8 players, 30 minutes, and it uses that word again, puzzly. Promise me a root building or tile laying puzzle, I'm in. It's got super adorable animal meeples, though I think those might be part of an expansion, but the regular player meeples look really nice as well. It's some card drafting, tableau building, root laying, push your luck-ness. Now, is it actually just as good solo as it is with 8 players? I mean, that's a pretty wide range, but I want to find out. Game number 5 is 3-Ring Circus. 3-Ring Circus. 3-Ring Circus. That's kind of hard to say. This is being published by Tavern, and they make beautiful games, and this looks like it's going to be no exception. So if you haven't figured out by now, I'm pretty driven by visuals. People are always like, don't judge a book by its cover. And I've always been like, why? Now, this game might turn out to be a heavier Euro-style game than I end up jiving with. The game is so beautiful, I want to try it. I want to find out. So in the game, it's late 1800s America, and you're trying to build and run the best circus performances to gain the most fame. It looks like the game is mostly moving around a map from town to town, hiring artists and hosting performances to gain that fame. And you're going to do this through hand management and area majorities. Number 4 on this list is General Orders from Osprey Games. If you've watched my other top 10 lists, I'm betting this choice doesn't surprise you. These war-ish games designed by Trevor Benjamin and David Thompson have made maybe all of the lists. More than one. Definitely more than one. And it's because I've enjoyed the other game so much that I'm anticipating this one so highly. Especially considering it's a 2-player only, my favorite player count, 30-minute game. In this game, you are World War II commanders competing in a tug-of-war for control over a crucial battlefield. It looks like the game is going to use worker placement as a way for players to unlock special abilities to give them an advantage over their opponent. It seems interesting. The designers have a great track record. I'm really interested in it. Game 3 is Ticket to Ride Legacy. I have to come clean about something. I've been a Ticket to Ride snob. I used to look at this game and think, I don't want to play that. It's a gateway game. It's too simple and boring. And I was wrong. Ticket to Ride is a great game that happens to be super approachable to new gamers. I mean, I get stressed out every time I play Ticket to Ride. That's not boring. That's exciting. I was an idiot. And this realization is kind of recent for me. And then they announced a legacy Ticket to Ride, and they're going to have it at Gen Con, and I am so pumped for it. Give me those sweet, sweet boxes to open, maps to expand, special powers to upgrade, challenges to overcome. I am so here for it. The BGG page says, in the legacy style, Legends of the West is a unique experience molded by player choices. Each player has their own role to play, allowing them to change the way the story unfolds around them. Combined with evolving mechanisms that change as the game progresses, players will have a new experience every time they gather around the board. At the end of the 12 games in this legacy campaign, you will have transformed your game into a unique copy that you can continue playing for a lifetime. I don't have to just throw the game away when it's done. I like that. My very own special unique Ticket to Ride board. I want it. I want it. The number 2 game on this list is Sky Team, which is being published by Scorpion Mask. It's a cooperative 2-player only game. I love my 2-player only games. And it's really nice when they're co-op. Sometimes a competitive 2-player game can just get to be too much, right? Too much targeted one-on-one conflict and competition. It's fun to work together on something. In this game, you are playing a pilot and co-pilot trying to land a plane at different airports, and you do this by rolling dice and assigning them to different spaces on your board to meet goals for a proper landing. But you can't communicate with each other about your dice until after you've assigned them. So you need to try to read each other's minds and get on the same page about what you're doing, and it sounds like that could be like a really funny kind of frustrating. I think it sounds like a blast. And I love rolling dice, even if dice hate me. Here we are. My most anticipated game of Gen Con 2023. It's the only game I'm going to the convention knowing I want to try to buy. I really hope it doesn't sell out before I can get a copy. And that's My Island from Cosmos. I've played and enjoyed My City, and I played and really enjoyed My City Roll and Write / build. That one was on my top 10 games of 2022 list, if you remember. I played through both of those games with Matthew Jude, and I want so badly to have another one of those campaign experiences to share with him specifically again. Give me more tiles and shapes to place on a map with changing scoring conditions and map arrangements in a legacy-style game that is easy to get to the table and actually complete. Yes, give me more My City, but this time on an island. The Board Game Geek description for this one is very brief. All it says is, modeled after 2020's My City, My Island is a competitive legacy game in which you develop your own unique island from connected hexagons. Over 24 games, you will experience the history of your island and discover its secrets, with each of the individual games featuring new rules and game materials with which you will permanently change your island. I want to discover the secrets. Tell me all the secrets. I need to know. And that's it, my most anticipated games of Gen Con 2023. We'll see if they live up to my expectations, and we'll also see if I'm actually able to check each of them out while at the con. It can obviously get super busy and crowded. It's a massive con, like 60,000 people or more, and games sell out, so nothing is a guarantee. But I will keep you posted on how it goes. And don't forget to tune in to the Gen Con digital demos Matthew and I will be doing in the days leading up to the con. So stay tuned here and on Twitter for scheduling specifics. What games are you looking forward to? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you at Gen Con. Clarendon Games is also a sponsor of this video, and they have a game called Imposter that I want to tell you about. Are you looking for a lively after-dinner game where you can use debate, bluffing, and logic to win points? Then you should check out Imposter. Okay, I don't know if you really need to have just eaten dinner to play Imposter. You can probably play it after any meal. Either way, some of you are imposters trying to get treasure out of the Earl of Simpleton's country estate, and the rest of you are trying to figure out who keeps putting all that treasure in the post bag. Is it you? It's not me. Available at Barnes & Noble or by clicking the link in the description. Thanks to Clarendon Games for being a sponsor of this video.